Hey Wonders, how are you? Coming to you with a Sunday one take, and we're outside today. It's a little rainy, but we've changed over our outdoor space for winter, so we're kind of isolated from the rain. So we thought it'd be a good place to come to you. We just recently got back from Myrtle Beach, and it got me thinking, what do people do when you're on a road trip? Or if you're like us, when you get to a resort and you're going to chill, do you have something you do all the time? Because what I was thinking about is that we have gotten this thing now where whenever we're driving to Myrtle Beach or back, we listen to a book. And, you know, it's interesting because it's hard sometimes to come up with something that
Both
both
like
of you would like, right? And so we like some Patterson. We usually like, the action type thing or a little bit of a mystery. That's usually where we're at. And these are usually audio books that are 10 to 15 hours. That's going to get us through one side of the trip.
there and back.
Well, not always there and back. We usually sometimes we do continue the same book back, and then sometimes we start another book depending upon where it's at. And we've had moments where we'll listen to it a little bit, as we're driving from point A to point B when we're in Myrtle Beach, like from the condo to dinner or something like that. Because, you really kind of get into it because the audiobooks today are just so engaging. The ones we've been listening to recently actually have multiple voice actors doing multiple voices.
Bosch.
Yep.
I've been
The
doing a lot of Bosch.
Bosch series. If you watch that show, there's obviously been a lot of books on that, but now the audiobooks, they are using different voice actors for different parts. So that really makes it entertaining. That's something that we do on every road trip. We find a book that we both agree on. I usually come up with two or three, and then I'll hand them over to you, and then you pick which one you're willing to listen to. And, really almost from the moment we hit the road, we start listening to it all the way. We usually stop halfway and then on the rest of the trip. Now, at a resort, we do something different, although sometimes similar. So we tend to like to chill, hanging out by the pool or by the hot tubs or, in the cabana or the day bed, whatever it is there. And, very often, we'll be listening to individual things. Sometimes you'll do a book.
Sometimes I do a book, sometimes a podcast, sometimes just music. It really depends on the day and how I feel.
Yeah.
How much attention do I want to give it? If, there are people and I'm talking to other people, I'll probably just do music.
And do you usually finish a book in a week?
No.
So do you ever finish that book?
I do. I have to backtrack some
To remember where you're
to
at?
remember where
Yeah.
just remember what happened.
So you're on the sometimes like, and you're like listening to that from the time you leave, like you're on the plane and then you get to the resort and, we're hanging out and, we're listening to our individual things when we're not in the pool or whatever. And it is a little bit more chopped up there for sure. And yeah, I think podcasts really work out well there because they're a little bit shorter. And, so I'll listen to a lot of podcasts, a variety of different ones, catching up on them, or I'll find a new one I haven't done before and then I'll binge it, or a book. Definitely sometimes we'll do a book. And at the same time though, flying and at a resort are probably the two places I actually see physical books anymore. And I'm a huge Kindle fan. I'm not a collector of books, although I have bought in a paperback here or there. I usually, will read it once. And so I don't like a lot of room. I like it stored on my Kindle where I can have hundreds of them or whatever it is. But when I'm at a resort or I'm on an airplane, I see more paper books than I think I do anywhere else. I think it's someplace people really get into it.
Maybe, or they forget to download something, so they have to get something from there. I did that once.
Yes, on a ship. You went and,
Yeah, I had to go to the actual library and get an actual book because I forgot to download something.
and so many people don't realize that there is a library on a cruise ship
Yeah.
that you can go and you can actually have the ability to take a book out and you're reading it by the pool or just, on the balcony or wherever you want to spend some quiet time. And then you take it back. And, they have a lot of titles available. Did you have to that was Alaska, wasn't it?
Well, I
And
did finish it.
you did finish it. So, there was a lot of scenery and we got off the boat a couple of times at the different ports in Alaska, but you still found time to read the whole thing. And that's cool. And we still have time to spend together. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you're listening to individual books, you're doing this. Well, aren't you spending time together? Absolutely, we do. I mean, just being together at the same time, but you're still doing your independent thing. So my question to you today, folks, is do you have something that you typically always do? If you're getting ready for a trip right now, are you seeking that out? If it's maybe you're going to binge watch a show you haven't had an opportunity to keep up on, or maybe you're going to finally sit down and either physically read or listen to a book you've heard a lot about, or you're searching for that book you think that would be interesting to you? Are you somebody who are like, well, I'm on vacation, I'm going to run, 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 I don't have time to listen to a book?
Not a
That's
vacation
definitely
for
not
me.
us. That's definitely not us. But what is it that you do? How do you spend your time when you're on vacation out by the pool? Are you running? We've talked about that before. Are you running? Are you chilling along the pool side? And if you are you doing any of these things we do? Let us know down in the comments what you do, and we'll see you next time on A One Take.
Thanks for spending a little time with us today. If you enjoyed this and want more insider tips, real travel stories, and deals that make your bucket list closer than you think, be sure to scan the QR code, hit subscribe, or follow. Why? Because every week we bring you ideas that save you money, inspire your next adventure, and show you how to travel smarter without the stress. Don't just dream about travel, make it happen with us. Follow now so you never miss your next chance to wander worth